Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday live stream. So what I want to do is, as we move forward into November and December, I think it's important that either we start to do a little bit more as far as like tracking the markets, or we're going to have to do and just kind of cut some of the videos and just do more of the videos. I think as time moves on, it's kind of important that we really just kind of focus in about what's going on around us, so make the best decisions. So let me know what you think about doing maybe 2 a days in the comments section, but shorter videos. We'll see how it goes. So today, what we're going to talk about quickly, I'm trying to do this as far as like the news, maybe like 9 minutes or 10 minutes, and have questions for like 5 to 10 minutes as well. But just like the title and thumbnail suggests, we're going to get to the Federal Reserve and what they are doing as far as this conference for crypto payments, which is going to be live tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. But that is important. And also we're going to take a look at Walmart. And they're actually going into crypto payments. But again, kind of confusing to me. I don't know how many people are actually want to use their Bitcoin to buy, random items at Walmart, but maybe I'm wrong. But before we get into that, it's about the cycle. And we've been following this closely. We've been talking about this the last, month or so. And there's different ways to take a look at the cycles, the starts, the stops, the middle points. But one of the things that we took a look at just a couple of days ago was the time to get back to an all-time high. And when we take a look at from 2013 to 2017, it took almost 1,200 days. From 2017 to then 2020, it took 1,095 days. And again, these are all-time highs that we hit in 2017, which was 19,783. And it took us only around 1,000 days to get back to the all-time high. Now, it wasn't the cycle top, but it was the all-time high, or from the previous one. And then November 10th, 2021 was the all-time high. It's almost 69,000. And it only took us 846 days to get back to the all-time high. So things are shortening for sure as we take a look at this. And we can see that it used to take almost 1,200 days, then 1,000, now 846. And it's kind of interesting because right now, if we take a look at and measure it from the market cycle bottom to the next top, you can just see, let me just break this down real quick. That when we start here in 2010, I know on this one it separates that there's 2 cycles from 2010 to 2009, 2011. I don't see the cycles like that. I know other people do. I just don't. I see it as now we're into our 4th cycle. But here I just say like the Genesis block in 2009 to the top, which was 2013. Again, you can measure however you want to. That was just one piece, and it took 747 days. For the 3rd cycle, which was from 2015, or the bottom, to the top, which was 2017, it took 1,067 days. And for the 4th cycle, which the bottom was 2018, and then to the top, it took 1,059 days. And it actually shortened. Now, this cycle is different because as of the current cycle, which was the bottom, which was November 2022, we are now on the farthest point than we've ever been if we're looking at the cycle bottom to the cycle top. And if the cycle top isn't in, right now we are in extended territories. Now, people will say, well, you have to go to November or December. And that's true. We can take a look at that. But I'm just telling you right now, from the market cycle bottom to the top, this is the longest it has ever been. If there wasn't a cycle top already, say like October 6th, when we hit 124,000. And it's the same thing over here, the return on investment after the halving. You can see that the first one, for the first halving was 2012. And it took, let me break that down again. It took 371 days. Then the second cycle, a little extended, and it took 525 days. The last cycle, which was from 2020 to the top, which was November, It took 546 days. And then right now, our fourth cycle, we are 2 days ahead of all the cycles as far as blow off top. So I know people are calling for a super cycle, and it's going to be a 5-year cycle now instead of a 4-year cycle. It's anybody's guess, but I'm just telling you right now, it's an extension. Now, there's the last thing to say is, yes, all the blow off tops have been in either November or December for Bitcoin. So we'll wait for that and see how it goes. But this is where we're at. Let me just think about that in the comments section. Then here's some interesting news about what's actually going on with adoption. The Federal Reserve just had a press release. And this was actually on September 3rd, 2025, but it didn't get much airplay. I don't know why. But they state that there's going to be a conference. Federal Reserve Board on Wednesday announced it will host a conference on payments innovation on Tuesday, October 21st. Actually, yeah, it'll be tomorrow. Today's Monday. The conference will feature panel discussions on several aspects of payment innovation, including the convergence of traditional and decentralized finance, DeFi, emerging stablecoin use cases, and business models. The intersection of this is interesting. The intersection of artificial intelligence and payments, and the tokenization of financial products and services. The Payments Innovation Conference will be live streamed for the public at federalreserve.gov. We'll probably follow that to see what it is. I would not want to be streaming that. That's probably going to be in hours and hours and hours. However, we'll take a look at it and just give you the bite-sized pieces of it. But that's interesting that the Federal Reserve is hosting a conference for digitalized payments and where things are going. So maybe the thesis of stablecoins has a little bit of backing. Lastly, of course, when you're looking at stablecoins, take a look at the rails that it's built on. Usually you can see that the winners right now are Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and Tron. So take it as you were, or take it as you want. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you, those are the ones that are winning right now as far as stablecoin rails. Maybe some massive altcoin will pick it up, but that's where we're at. And then lastly, before we get into Q&A, as far as like payments goes, this was actually covered a couple weeks ago as well. I didn't hear anything about this, and it's about Walmart accepting payments. And let's see here. I'm gonna have you listen to that because it's like 30 seconds. Shouldn't be too long. Listen to what they're doing with Walmart, and let me know if you would actually use Walmart for payments. I don't think I would, but I'm different.
And just the ease of which regular folks, people who go to Walmart. There are 150 million Americans who use Walmart online or in person every week. Can now actually have crypto in the very same app. They can buy it, they can hold it, they can store it, they can trade it if they want. And then when they want to go pay for something, they can, turn it into cash. And like we said, Onepay is actually integrated into the checkouts of Walmart. So it is, I think, a milestone in that case, Carl.
I'm not using that. I'm not paying for stuff at Walmart with Bitcoin. I'm just not going to do it. But I mean, maybe there's a reason for it. That sounds awesome. I don't understand what they're going with that, but sure. And we'll see how it works out for them. But yeah, great. And then if you're looking for it, it's over on onepay.com. This is the service. And on this app itself, it is not a bank. It's banking service provided by Coastal Community Bank or Lead Bank, but it is FDIC insured. So you have that. And just to make sure that this was actually the right one, this is the Walmart integration that they were talking about. And in some way, shape, or form, they're going to actually add crypto and crypto payments. So we'll see how that goes for them. Good luck to Walmart. I think they'll be okay without it or with it. And then lastly, this is kind of concerning. This was a piece that someone had brought to my attention yesterday on the live stream with Jerry, where there was somebody hacked, and it was through Elipal, but Elipal, which is a cold storage device, was not responsible for this hack. And I want to make this very clear, is that the person that had the Elipal cold storage device, what they did to lose their 1.2 million XRP tokens, which is worth about $3 million, is that they used the mnemonic or the seed phrase, and they, for some reason, I don't know why they did this. they took the seed phrase from a cold storage device and they put it into a hot wallet. And everything got transferred over there. And because it's a hot wallet, it's connected to the internet. Hackers got into it and drained the account in like minutes. So don't do that. And that's it for today. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. We talk about it's time sensitive, but that's it for just the news. Now let's break into a little Q&A and we'll wrap this up in about 8 minutes or so and see if you like the format. All right, what do we have today? So Mikkel says Walmart website has been notorious for getting hacked. Well, I mean, there's so many, 150 million people using Walmart in the United States. So I could see that for sure. Perry said, yeah, I don't know, man. And people do crazy, wacky stuff out there. And I think when people get into crypto, they think it's like banking. Like, oh, I'll just call customer service. And like EliPal is my wallet provider. So I'll just call them and go, hey, could you roll back those transactions? No, we can't. You're the bank and you screwed up. So there's really nothing you can do there. That's why, like, I get why people don't really understand crypto and digital assets, Bitcoin and stuff, because they just think it's the same thing. And it's very tough to get people off that mentality of, you need somebody else. You don't need anybody else. You just have to be careful. But there's a learning curve. And I understand now why, I understand now why ETFs are so damn popular, because people just don't want to deal with it. Yeah. Doodle Dunk says, I'm just waiting for the time when I can start calling you Dan. Yeah. Once we start seeing that, then that's the blow off top is right around the corner. Yeah. October is not living up to its name, that's for sure. I'm not used to watching digital asset news after only consuming 2 Red Bulls so far in the day. Very nice. When Wolf is here. Strange time for a stream. Yeah, it was a little straight time. I wanted to kind of do like something early and then something, and just kind of like get people up to speed on like the morning, and then during like later in the day do another one, but later and probably a little longer. And then also and the reason why I do that is because like there's so many things going on, and especially November and December are going to be big. Either big because of appreciation of asset value, or big because there's going to be a blow off top, or big because that we're going to extend, or we missed it, which I don't really think that's the case, but you have to leave all your options open. So I want to kind of separate things and start doing like a little bit of a shorter one in the morning and a longer one at night. Also, I'm playing around with the idea, and let me know if you want to do this, is that people have been complaining a lot about the ads on YouTube. I get it. It's kind of annoying. They said like there's an ad every 2 minutes. And if we're doing like a 45-minute to an hour stream, that's a lot of ads. So I'm thinking about taking the ads off altogether. But if I do that, I'm going to have to start supplementing something else, like talking about other projects or talking about more of exchanges, safer stuff, but essentially monetizing the channel some way else. So let me know which way you want me to go here. You either want some ads, just skip over them, or maybe you've got a way to skip them as well, or you want me to cut the ads and then we just bring on like people from Kraken or something and monetize it that way. It's up to you guys. Hey, there it is. Rain, hello. Hello, good morning, hello. Good morning. All the ads you need. Yeah, good enough. You can set donation goals in here for us to donate to you. No, I want you guys to, this is why I don't want you guys to do any super stickers or super chats or whatever, or give funds to me. It's because I need you guys to keep the money that you have and put that into assets, whether that be Bitcoin and crypto, whether that be real estate, or whether that be, precious metals or whatever. I don't want to do that for you. Now, for the ads and things like that, if it's too much, we'll just bring on some clients and monetize it that way. Let's see. Can't take all the YouTube ads. Easy solution, spend a few bucks and get a YouTube premium, no ads. And Steve-O is right. I have YouTube Premium. It's like $10 a month, $11 a month. It's priceless. And then what's great about that is you can listen to your favorite videos, podcasts, whatever else when you're walking, and then you can just click on the like on your phone where it goes dark, and the video will still play in the background. And people say, I don't use that. I just use Brave browser. You can do it like that, but it's kind of a pain in the A when I'm using it. And some people say, no, it's not. I just don't like using it. Let's see. Yeah, YouTube Premium is worth paying a few bucks. It is. Oh man, it's $20 a month. Well, that's Canadian. Sorry. Good timing. Or after we jump over to James DCA with CTO. Yeah, look at that. More content, the better. Volume meme, pivot area. Master Blaster. What's your favorite crypto research website? Oh, I got a great one for you. I don't know if you've seen this website, but it's into the CRYPTOVERSE. And it does everything. Also, Ben just updated, well, the developers updated. This is pretty cool. They've got the risk levels for Bitcoin, like the top 30 or 40. And they also have risk levels for stocks and precious metals and rare earths, whatever. And then macro counter, which is pretty good. You got like, this is when the PPI stuff's coming out, year over year, real estate price index. And then of course, the crypto risk indicator that we talked about. And if you want to get access to this, a lot of stuff is free. You just sign up, but some stuff is not, and you can get 10% off the first month. So that's my favorite one. And that's a great place to leave it right there for today. So listen, everybody, that's it for today. I know Bash just says, what's your exit strategy? That's a whole video. But if you're looking for like things to munch on before we come back, there's a link in the description. And it's the Crypto Critical videos. Watch this one. When I'm selling 80% of my crypto. That's a good one. That's it for today. So look, two things. Tell me if you like the format. Second thing, tell me if you want me to get rid of the ads. And that's it for today. Thanks so much, everybody, for stopping by. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.